Welcome to this week's Rubber Run Sports Show. I'm John Moore, joined as always by Robin and Papa.
A little sweatier today.
A little sweaty, a balmy day in Prince William County.
That's right, but we have a beautiful setting here.
We have a beautiful setting.
It's nice.
There. So, great week of games.
It was an awesome week, yeah.
At the beginning of the year, it kind of took a little while. We were cold, talking about rain, and now we're in like the full swing of the spring. Some of the student sections are starting to show up to some of these games.
Yeah, man.
So it's been fun. So you started off, last week we went to George Mason High School.
Yes, we did.
Had a good time.
We did. We got heckled.
Yeah, I'm sure we got a lot of things last week. Shot on. What kind of things were going on out there? But so you went and checked out the girls game. They played Woodgrove, which is a big game for them. So
absolutely. I mean, we talked about it last week on the show. One of the best games I saw last year was that Woodgrove George Mason matchup. Woodgrove, they lost Nora Bowen. I mean, if there was a better player than her in the area last year, I don't know who she was. But so I wanted to see that game. So Courtney Gibbons heckled us last week. That was weird. I don't know why I set up like that when I said it. That was a bit much. So she heckled us last week. I heckled her.
Did you?
During the game.
Outstanding.
I kept just texting her messages during the game. Like, not even things about the game.
Right.
Just like, man, there's a lot of bugs down here. Like, I just kept, of course, she's a pro coach.
She was into the game.
Yeah, she doesn't look at her phone. So
I loved how you caught her off guard last week with that first question.
I did. Threw her completely off.
Threw her way off.
But, so I heckled her a little bit. I will say, she's not nearly as fun on game day.
No?
No. Like, she takes things pretty seriously during game day. It's kind of funny. But, they started off in a hurry at George Mason. They just kept, it was like 12-2 at half.
Right.
I mean, they could have scored whatever they wanted to. I mean, they were in complete control from the start of that game. You could see there was a little, like we talked about, they're a 2A school that gets to play the 4A. Sure. And they're proud of it.
Right.
They play like it. They no holds barred. They're going to go for it from the get-go. Annette Schlitt, who we talked to last week, goalie.
Yep.
She was phenomenal in the game.
Oh, yeah?
She was phenomenal. Like, Woodgrove didn't get many shots, but when they did, she held it down. She was great. All right. Sarah Lubno. Talked to her last week.
Right.
Incredibly impressive. She dominated that game. 6 goals, 2 assists. I think she had more assists than that. But she was all over that game. Her and Amy Roche, talked to them both. Amy Roche, 5 goals, 3 assists. That combo, Amy Roche and Sarah Lubno, they're as good as any combination in the area.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't care what 2A, 3A, 4A, 6A, I don't care what it is. Like, I just skipped over 5.
Yeah.
They're as good as any combination in the area, and they're tough to defend because they can both pass, they can both shoot. They're both really good. They rolled in that game. I mean, it was 20-2 was the final. As I was walking out of there, they pulled starters and everything, obviously, and I see Sarah Lubno. She looks at me and she was like, "Where's the show?" She was ready to see the show. She wanted to see her stardom.
Yeah, as well she should.
She should. She's great.
Man, they had cameras on me in high school.
No.
My head would probably explode.
Well, that or you'd still be incarcerated.
One or the other. That is true. Moving on.
I know that because I would have been your cellmate.
Right. So, huge game. Briarwoods, I believe you said they were the best team in the area, but then you gave it away to somebody else the following week. Is that what happened?
That's not entirely true.
That's not entirely true?
I think I'm pretty sure I said I'm not taking anything that I said back about Briarwoods. I love that team.
They are so good.
And they're so fun to watch. Like, the way they play is just fun to watch.
So they come into championship high.
Yeah.
And Westville's having a great year. They came in at 10-2. Briarwoods comes in at, I think they were 10-1 coming into the game. The only game they lost was to an out-of-town team in the tournament. This game is just defensive battle from the beginning. Both offenses were playing well, but both defenders were all over the place. It was 1-1 at the end of the first quarter, and then 2-2 at halftime.
Wow!
All right, so they were going goal for goal, and not many goals to be had. But let me tell you something about the atmosphere, though. You know how Westfield is. You come in there, you kind of walk into their whole sportsplex, really. So there's a baseball game going on.
Yeah.
You know, they got the lacrosse game going on. Something else was going on inside the school that had more cars than anything. So it was just a lot of moving parts. Briarwoods brings their, you know, their fans and
Falcon Frenzy.
Oh yeah, the Falcon Frenzy. Oh, the Falcon Frenzy. Their parents section is amazing. They're so loud.
Yeah,
they're so loud. They almost got into it with some of the staffers at Westfields who were yelling offsides, and Briarwoods had to shut them down. Like, that is not offside. They were giving out the rules during the game.
Oh, that's great.
So this game, you know, is 3-3 in the third quarter. And then on back-to-back goals, something clicked at halftime for Briarwoods that Westfields just couldn't bounce back from. Cole Pearsall, who we know, and
great.
Aaron Castillo, they scored back-to-back goals, puts them up 5-3, and then Westfield was just chasing from there.
Yeah.
You know, they were only down 2 goals, and then they would close it into 1, but then, you know, Briarwoods would score again. And then as we got to the fourth quarter, Will Pompilio, I hope I'm not butchering your name.
Oh, you're crushing it.
I'll tell you what, he may have had the goal of the year.
That's the one I texted you about this morning.
I'm standing next to the mother of the goalie, sophomore, shout out, hi mom, of Westfield's goalie, and he shoots that ball behind his back. I had a flashback of last week. I'm pretty sure that's what that girl did to me. Yeah. He shoots that ball, it goes in, and the Briarwood Silent went nuts. And that one shot, even though they were still within 3 goals, it looked like it kind of deflated Westfield. They were like, you know, they had that feel. You know, Westfield comes into every sport, especially at home, feeling like they're going to win that game.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the new Briarwoods were good. You know, they were defending state champion, but Division 5, you know.
Right.
And when he scored that goal, you kind of looked around and saw that, man, this team is really, really good, you know. So they ended up getting a couple, you know, they pulled the goalie at the end of these lacrosse games when they're down, like hockey.
Yeah.
So they got a couple of cheap goals at the end. They ended up winning the game 12-9, but man, Briarwoods is on their way. They kind of limped into the playoffs and went on a good run last year, avoided Stonebridge. This year, different team. I mean,
they're fun to watch.
They are.
They're fun to watch.
And extremely confident.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
I've talked about it a million times. I love that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just talked about the combo, you know, from George Mason.
Right.
That combo of Pearsall and Castillo.
Yeah. Oh man, they're really good.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
I love the lacrosse celebrations too.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get no trouble for it. It's great. They need to step it up a notch. Somebody needs to start breakdancing out there. Nice.
No, don't.
Well, me being the mayor of South Lakes, you had the pleasure of sitting down with one of their greatest stars.
Absolutely. We had a chance to talk to dual sport threat. Yep. Basketball, lacrosse, Taylor Newman Farr. She's great.
She's great.
She's great.
Mom's great too.
Mom is great.
Yeah.
We should have Mom on the show.
We should have.
Yeah.
She was right here.
She had all kinds of knowledge going back and forth.
She did.
No, we had a chance to have her on. Again, South Lakes. She's going to St. Joseph's, close to your heart.
Oh, love Philadelphia.
All right. Taylor Newman Farr. Check it out. All right, Taylor, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's a little hotter than expected out here.
Yes, definitely. Probably shouldn't have worn a long sleeve, but
it's all right. You represent South Lakes.
Yes.
Good. Well, let's talk about it a little bit. As everybody knows, you're a 2-sport athlete. You have basketball, you have lacrosse. What did you start playing first?
Basketball, actually. I believe I started when I was 6, maybe going on 7, and then Mom realized that it was still a little bit too hyper for her when I was at home, so then the next year I got into lacrosse as well.
Great. Mom confirms?
Yes.
Good. What kind of drew you to lacrosse over other sports?
Actually, my mom just saw a flyer after basketball practice and was just like, "You want to try it?"
Out of the house.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
All right. Well, what is it that keeps you there? What did you like about lacrosse?
I've always been like a team sport kind of person, so just the fact that it's just like I'm on just another team, and the fact that it's even a much bigger team I liked, but also that I could run up and down the field and not get tired and still go again. It was just, I don't know. It's just always something that just like, I don't know. It's just
gets you.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, obviously there's some similarities in the sports. What do you see? What are the similarities in basketball and lacrosse for you?
Defensively, I think that I would probably not be as well of a defender as I am if I didn't play basketball. I've learned through basketball of having to move my feet and like not being able to like use my hands to like get the ball or stop somebody, that it helps me in defense. That's like sometimes if somebody's dodging towards me, it's like it feels like basketball season all over again. So it's like I've moved my feet before I even use my stick, and so that definitely helps me a lot. On the draw, like rebounding, I know that I wouldn't be able to jump as high if I didn't know how to rebound. So that definitely helps me, and I don't use it a lot, but sometimes I'll even use like a jump shot in lacrosse, which will also help me.
Okay. That's funny. When I first saw you play, the first thing I came back and told John was that you use the draw like a tip-off. It's got to be a little bit different though because you're using the stick.
Yes, it is.
So, I mean, it's obviously not the same thing, but what do you try to do on the draw?
I definitely try and put it above me just like a tip-off. Okay. I typically do have longer arms and I'm just taller than most girls that I go against. So that helps me a lot, but then just putting it above me, like you just said, it just feels like a tip-off all over again. So I just use my jumping skills and just jump up and get it.
All right. Now, you're going to St. Joseph's?
Yes.
In Philly, making too many people around here happy. Tell me about that. How was your decision? What was the decision in going to St. Joseph's?
I kept getting interest letters about like going to camps for them, and I went to my first camp last year in February, and then right after the camp, the coach had called me, said that she had that I was a great player, and that she wanted me to come down for an unofficial visit, and I fell in love with not only like the campus itself and the area, but also like the team and also the coaches as well.
It's got to. I mean, look, playing sports in college. It's got to be awesome, but it's going to be a lot of work.
Yes.
What do you want to get better at moving forward?
Definitely my stick skills probably. That's what I'm most excited about going into college, that it's just like I'm going to be up against people who are at the same level or even better than me, which is just going to cause me to like work that much harder to get better at my stick skills, so that way I drop the ball less often if I'm ever running or something like that, or if I'm in the 8 and it's like cluttered and stuff like that, that I don't drop the ball as often. And definitely getting stronger, because in college everybody's at the same type of like strength level, so going against people at that type of level, it's definitely going to help me get stronger as a player as well.
Great. Let's talk a little bit about the season.
Yes.
Tell me about how the season's going so far. What were your expectations coming into this year?
It's definitely been a challenging season. We've had our ups and downs. We lost a few key players last year, but I definitely didn't expect anything less, because overall we still have our team chemistry. In the beginning of the season, we faced the really hard teams, Madison, Langley, Yorktown, and McLean, and a
little bit of a tough schedule.
Yes. We had a little bit of like lulls right in the middle of those games, which I definitely think was our biggest challenge, but over the season we've definitely gotten better at that. So I'm just ready for the playoffs to happen.
All right. And what do you want the team to focus on going into the playoffs?
Definitely our defense. Offensively, we have great chemistry. Like, we see each other and we know exactly like who's going in and who's passing in and all that stuff, especially on like free positions. But defensively, I think that we definitely we trust each other, but not to the extent that like we need to like be able to like definitely like solidify those key games that we need. So definitely our defense.
All right, and is that something that you as a senior leader are going to take care of it going into the playoffs?
Yes, definitely. I'm trying my hardest, but
there you go.
Yes.
Good. Well, you go to school, you play at South Lakes. South Lakes is been a favorite of someone on this show.
Mayor.
What's it like playing for South Lakes? I mean, you guys always have great student support. It just seems like a fun place to play. The uniform colors ain't bad either. Let me just say that.
I don't know. I'm people placed at South Lake, so I'm actually supposed to go to Herndon, but I don't know. It's just the whole team feel at South Lakes. With basketball, we were always together, even with like our struggles throughout the season. But we were always together. We always found a way to like come back together. And same thing with lacrosse. We are always together. Like after games on Fridays, we'll definitely go to like Silver Diner and bond even that much more. And our spring trip this over spring break this past maybe 3-4 weeks ago definitely helped us even more. But it's just that's a team aspect. You just every time you walk in South Lakes Halls, that's just all you feel.
Yeah. Where'd you go play over spring break?
We didn't actually play. We just went to Virginia Beach. But
are you kidding me?
Yeah. I think Oakton and no, I don't know about Madison, but I know Oakton was there.
Told you boys had it bad.
They had it bad. They were playing all the plays. Oh, goodness. Well, Taylor, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you coming out.
Thank you.
Good luck moving forward.
Thank you.
All right.
So again, thanks a lot to Taylor and her mom.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Taylor's
She's impressive.
She is, and I'm telling you.
Everyone from South Lakes is impressive. Too bad she's not a sophomore. She could have been in my crew.
In the you mean a junior?
Yeah, that's right, junior.
Well, it's junior juggernauts.
I don't know.
What kind of new stuff are you bringing out? She's great, and I'm telling you, you watch her play. It's fun. Like you watch her play lacrosse.
Yeah,
I just like the way she plays. She attacks the draw, and like she talked about, she goes up like a basketball player.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
So our guys Sam Shuta and John Becerra, they were at a couple other games this week.
Absolutely.
Before we get to our game of the week.
So Sam was down at Yorktown.
Okay.
McLean was playing Yorktown. That game, I mean, it was 2-1 Yorktown after one. McLean goes up 5-4 at halftime. Back and forth. It's 8-7. McLean's up going into the fourth. And I don't know what got into Yorktown. They scored 3 goals in the fourth to win it. They win it 10-9.
Huh.
Ethan Chase, 3 goals, 2 assists. Not a bad day.
Not gotten it? I'd take it.
Yeah.
That might be my career stats in lacrosse.
If I scored once, I'd probably just retire.
Frame it.
Like right there, jersey off, middle of the field.
A running loop video.
Yeah.
It'd be my one goal, be my Facebook
Are you kidding me?
screensaver.
I would hope that everyone in the world got like snapshots of that 3 seconds of me going up to the goal. Yeah.
I'd want to record it in slow motion. Everything looks better in slow motion.
Oh.
Well, not everything.
Not everything.
No. I'm sure not the shots of me taking lacrosse shots last week in slow motion are great.
We're gonna have to try that.
We'll figure that. I gotta see that.
John Becerra last night.
Yeah.
He's out at Osborne Park.
Oh yeah.
I still don't know who Osborne is, but apparently he runs things in Manassas.
Is that right?
Well, I'm just saying.
It sounds like he must own all that property.
Very tight section there. I mean, it's
It is.
Hey, that's awesome. Yeah, John Becerra goes down to Osborne Park, checks out the Osborne Park game. Osborne Park looked like they were in control.
Yeah.
Becerra said they had like a 7-goal lead.
Oh really?
Yeah, and he said all of a sudden, fourth, Osborne comes storming back.
Huh.
I think Osborne Park goes on to win 14-8. Senior attack, Brady Morrison, 5 goals and an assist on the night.
That's pretty good.
That's great.
It's funny how lacrosse could take that. We talk about how it's kind of a cross between basketball and hockey.
Yeah.
But unlike hockey, I mean, when the momentum switches, it's like basketball. A team could go on a run really fast, and you're like, wait a minute, they just put up 4 or 5 goals straight in a 3-minute period. So
look, I mean, we talked about it last week. Robinson with 3 goals in a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it can happen.
Right.
It's like a snowball. When it goes, you better watch out.
Yeah.
Osborne Park also had Lawton Williams. He had 2 goals and 2 assists. 14-8, they go on to win. Shout out John Becerra.
I'm telling you, Osborne Park.
Osborne Park.
Huh.
Osborne Park.
We got to see that softball team.
You know what? We're supposed to be out there next week. Hopefully, we're going to be out there shooting the show with the Osborne Park softball team. That would be good. Hopefully,
it's a little cooler outside than it is right now.
Yellow Jackets. Make sure you got a.
I need a mister.
An AC in the press box.
I need one of those misters.
Yeah, I'll take an AC.
AC, whatever's good. I'm good. All right, our game of the week. Battle of undefeated Loudoun lacrosse juggernauts now, Riverside and Freedom.
Yeah, man.
And it got postponed a day or two because
it rained.
Yeah.
Freedom still got grass field.
Okay. Shout out to that.
Yeah.
I like the grass field.
It was great. And they had like a bunch of stuff going on that day.
Yeah.
They had a doubleheader soccer game right before the lacrosse game. Baseball game. I think they had a softball game going on too. There was like
that's awesome.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was packed. You know, need to work out my parking situation at Freedom if we're gonna have all these things going on. But yeah, I had to walk a little bit.
You got to get the Freedom AD to talk to the South County AD.
Yeah, hook me with some parking.
Right.
Yeah. I know you don't have a horse. Is there an eagle? I'll go by the eagle. I'll park by the eagle.
No, did they use the eagle?
I wish.
Oh, somebody's got to do that.
You got to do that.
Briarwood should definitely have a falcon. I think they come back more often than the Eagles do.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I don't want to do it. Like, no. I don't want to be the one holding it.
No, hell no.
No.
Is that PG? Whatever.
Hey, probably the best thing that's been said on the show. Yeah, man.
All right, Riverside and Freedom.
Riverside and Freedom. All right, so both these teams right away, you can see they're really, really good.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, you know, there's some teams you see like lack of size on some teams. Not on either one of these. I mean, you've seen Riverside. Oh, yeah. They got some dudes on
and
there.
And they're young, too.
Yeah,
they got some kids that are sophomores that you look at and you're like, wow.
Yeah. No, both these teams, you can see right away, they were really, really good. And from the start, I mean, you can see it's going to be back and forth. It's at Freedom. I like Freedom. I went to a game there last year, really saw Graham Johnson, I think, had a ridiculous goal to beat Dominion there, if I'm not mistaken. I think that might be part of the show's intro.
It might be.
Yeah, you can see they got talent all over the place. Riverside is loaded.
They are.
They're loaded.
They are.
It's like, I mean, it's crazy. The people, I've talked to people and they're like, Riverside's good? No.
They're really
Riverside's
good.
Great.
Yeah.
You better watch out.
I heard some of the Briarwood's parents talking about them last night. Everyone's still stunned how Stonebridge gives up mats. How's that happen?
Yeah, I don't know. But Riverside
move across the street.
Are you kidding me? They're popping champagne bottles at Riverside.
I mean, if that kid's parents put his house up for sale in Stonebridge neighborhood, I'd be pulling it off the ground.
Forcing them to stay?
I don't think, not yet, next year.
No, well, Freedom's no slouch.
No.
They've got some guys too. I mentioned Graham Johnson. Hunter Capistani, I saw him last year. He's a beast.
Yeah.
Hunter Capistani is great. One, shout out to number 28 from Freedom, Jack Posey.
Okay.
I respect the sock game during the game.
Sock game?
Yeah. As in, like, did not, there were no show socks. Fan of that. Don't know why I noticed that.
What are you looking at during the game?
Because, you know, I'm taking pictures sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, I'm an idiot, so weird things catch my attention. But Mitchell Pelkey from Riverside, a beast.
Yes, he is.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
He was great. Whole game, great. I mean, it's like Riverside will go up by 2.
Right.
Here comes right back. Freedom comes back, ties it up. Riverside goes back up a couple. Freedom comes back. I mean, it's just back and forth the whole way. A guy that you talked about when you went to see them the last time, one of the Moosas. Mm-hmm. Taylor Musa?
Yes.
Dominant in that game.
Yeah.
There were a couple times where it looked like, you know, just get out of the way, I'm going to go score.
Yeah.
He was really...
It's great to watch him and his brother play together, though.
Yeah.
Because they do a lot of two-man game stuff that you can tell they're brothers.
Drew Pierco, probably butchered that, but he's for Freedom, number 11. Great in the game. There was one, I got real nervous at one point because there was a guy from Riverside kind of down, like he was scooping the ball.
Right.
Took a hit right here. A lot of parents in the Riverside crowd wanted that called helmet to helmet.
Oh, yeah? Didn't get it?
No, but he came back in the game later. He was down for a minute. It was rough, but they came back. Riverside, you thought it was kind of going to deflate them a bit, just to see that kind of happen right there in that situation. Not at all. They keep going. They go up 8-7, win the fourth. Freedom came back, got a couple goals late.
Yeah.
I think it was 8-5 at one point. Freedom comes back, makes it 8-7, and Riverside goes on to win. Those teams are great.
Yeah.
Both of them are really good. Dude, I'm telling you, I mean, everybody automatically off the top says, Fairfax County because they got Robinson, they got Woodson, they got South County. I'm telling you right now,
nobody wants to see the Loudoun County Lacrosse.
Nobody wants to see it.
No,
because Stonebridge, Briarwoods, Riverside, Freedom, they're all, I mean, not just good, they're great. Both those teams,
since last week's show, Briarwoods played Woodson, who I had 20-6.
They're great.
They're really, really good.
Yeah. Riverside or Freedom, they can beat anybody. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you name it.
Absolutely.
They'll beat anybody.
Loudoun County playoffs are going to be,
it's going to be awesome.
Well, some of those teams matching up are going to be good.
Yeah, VHSL, moving closer to me.
Absolutely.
Just saying.
I'm in.
Just saying. I don't want to have to go down to Salem. No offense to Salem. But I don't want to have to go down to Salem for the...
I don't either.
No.
I'm glad the playoffs are up here.
I like
States are up here. I know.
I like them being
as
Lake
hot
Braddock.
as can be last year, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'll be better prepared this year. I need one of those camel packs and an umbrella and a chair.
You need personal AC. That's what you need.
That's exactly what I need.
Hey.
Maybe like a quick storm between the games.
Yeah.
That doubleheader last year, and man, that fake turf gets hot.
Yeah, it does, man.
Brutal.
At Lake Braddock.
Yeah.
Oh, is it there this year? I hope it's there this year.
I don't know, but I know I brought a couple frozen bottles of water, and they were hot by the end of the second game.
That was ridiculous.
That was really hot.
It was a day of great games.
Absolutely.
But it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was too much.
It was fun.
But yeah, Loudoun County. I'm trying to tell you. The top of Loudoun County.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see Briarwoods.
The top of Loudoun County better than the top of Fairfax County. Dude,
I'm not disputing that.
Yeah. I'll say that.
I also didn't say it, but I'm not disputing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get beat up the next time.
Well, another great week. Looking forward to some big games this week. You can see us always on rubberrunsports.com. Most importantly, Prince William County, Comcast Channel 2, 28 in Reston, 23 on Cox and Herndon, 28 on Verizon in Herndon. Oh, what is going on here?
I think you messed the last one up.
It's the outside, maybe. Fresh air.
Yeah, shout out to Josh McGrigg.
Absolutely.
Josh McGrigg making the academic, athletic, whatever they call that list. Obviously, I was never on there.
Student athlete dean's list.
There you go.
That's what we'll call it.
3.2 average and above.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Headed to Philly.
Josh McGrigg.
Yeah.
At Villanova.
Like that.
Getting things done.
Villanova. Anything Philly's good.
Hey.
We had St. Joe's today.
We did, man. It's been a Philly show.
Villanova. You know what's not been Philly? This draft. We're going to talk about that next week.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are. You can't be
No, we're not.
picking up guys who blew out ACLs on their pro days in the second round. Come on, Philly.
Well, hey. They should pick up Josh McGrigg when he goes to the combine, may break the 4.22.
I don't know who got booed more between Roger Goodell or anybody who played for Dallas Cowboys, but I liked both of it.
Probably Roger Goodell.
Probably.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
You can see us always on rubberrunsports.com.
Always.
Always. Comcast Local, Channel 2 in Prince William County, Channel 28 in Reston.
Boom.
Channel 23 in Herndon on Cox.
There you go.
Channel 28 on Verizon in Herndon. Why is it so difficult every other week? It's the heat.
It is the heat. It's making you, making you perform today.
Yeah, I don't know. It's working.
The athlete in you.
It is. That's all I needed was some fresh grass.
That's all. There's some sweat. He's getting everything right today. But you notice, there's he had no crucial stats from his
I didn't.
department.
That boy, today. I don't know where he is.
Yeah,
he needs to get back on it.
No, it's when your athleticism comes out, your stats go away. Then you gotta level out.
There's no balance.
You gotta level out.
Yeah, it's all right. It's what it is. What you gotta do? See you next week.
Next week. Shout out Josh McGrigg.